The Three Little Monsters and the Cranky King. Written by Teydon Rae. Long, long ago, in a faraway land, just beyond the highest mountain, lived a king named Spalanzyrek. He wasn't just any old king. He was a monster king! And he was king of all the other monsters in the land. But King Spalanzyrek wasn't a happy king. Actually, he was very sad and lonely. You see, he had no friends. No one in the kingdom ever came to visit him. So all by himself, he watched over his kingdom from Castle Zair, high on top of a very bumpy hill. There was only one way to get to the top of this hill. Just one small, winding road that zigzagged back and forth and back and forth. In the kingdom below lived three furry little monsters who were the best of friends. Their names were Taft, Barkley and Spur. Since Spur was the smallest of the three, Taft and Barkley often had to look after him. Sometimes they were very, very bossy. The three little monsters loved to have fun and spent most of every day outdoors playing their favourite game, soccer. But before they went out to play, their parents always warned them, "Don't go near Castle Zair. King Spalanzyrek eats little monsters for snacks. King Spalanzyrek is ferocious. He is so scary looking, he has scars all over his face. Nobody ever makes it out of the castle alive." The little monsters listened to the warnings because they were sure they did not want to be eaten. They had never seen the king, but had nicknamed him King Wreck because it was much easier to say than King Spalanzyrek. They even made up a song about him, and whenever they played outside they sang, "We never ever go to King Wreck's hill, we never ever have and we never ever will." One sunny day, the three little monsters were outside practicing their goal kicks. They took turns kicking the ball, but each time they went to retrieve it, they wandered farther and farther from home. Soon they came to the zigzag road that led up the bumpy hill to Castle Zair. The mischievous little monsters loved adventure and were always looking for new places to kick their ball. "Should we go to the mountain?" asked Spur. "What if King Rex sees us?" asked Taft. "Let's be adventurous," answered Barkley. "We'll be very careful," they all said at once. The monsters ran and kicked and ran some more. Before long, they ended up on the green grassy grounds of Castle Zair. The king was nowhere to be seen, so the boys ran and kicked even more. They were feeling very, very brave. Then Taft decided to show his strength and skill by kicking the ball as hard as he could. The ball went up, 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 and sailed right through an open castle window. The soaring ball hit the king right on the back of his monstrous hairy head and knocked his royal crown right off. "You'd better go get the ball, Spur," said Taft. "Oh no!" shouted Spur. "You kicked it, so you can go get it." "Now you've done it," said Barkley. He felt very relieved that he wasn't the one who had kicked the ball through the window. "Let's go get it," they shouted, bounding up the grassy hill. Together, the three little monsters bravely trudged right up to the gigantic door on the front of Castle Zair. It seemed they had forgotten their promise. "We never ever go to King Rex Hill. We never ever have and we never ever will." Suddenly, the king came bursting through the castle door. He had a big red lump on his head, and the soccer ball was in his hairy, purple monster hands. "Who did this to me?" the king roared. Horrified, the boys jumped behind a giant boulder to hide. "Come out and face me!" King Rex insisted. "Who dares to attack the king?" Peeking around the edge of the boulder, the little monsters were shaking with fear. "We were playing soccer," said Taft in a very jittery voice. "We were practicing our goal kicks and my kick went too high. We're so sorry. Please don't eat us." To their surprise, the king smiled a big kooky smile. Taft, feeling responsible since he was the one who had kicked the ball, quietly asked, "Can we do something to help you?" Said King Rex. "How about fetching my crown and an ice pack for my head?" The three little monsters went running into the castle, found the ice pack and quickly ran back out. The king lay on the soft grass as the three little monsters circled around and carefully helped him with the ice pack. "It has been so lonely here," King Rex said. "Everyone thinks I'm mean, but I'm really not. I just look like a scary monster, but I'm really not scary at all. Can I play soccer with you?" "Sure," said Spur. The others agreed, and within a few minutes, the three little monsters and one not-so-scary king were running and kicking in the green grassy grounds in front of Castle Zaire. They ran and kicked until the sun started to go down. "It's getting late and we have to go home now," said Taft. "Our mothers will be worried. We can't wait to tell them how nice you really are." "Please come back to see me again, if it's all right with your parents," said King Rex. "Next time we can play soccer again, or even go rock climbing." "That would be fun," the little monsters replied. As Taft, Barkley and Spur marched proudly down the bumpy hill on the zigzag road toward home, they sang together, "We've been invited to King Rex Hill. Will we all go there? Yes, we will!" The end. We hope that you loved The Three Little Monsters and the Cranky King by Teydon Rae. Buy the book and read along. And check out these other great books from Teydon Rae. Go to www.teydonrae.com/rec.